Tonight, Miami Air Flight 293 is still sitting in the St. Johns River 3 days after skidding off an NAS JAX runway.
We also have a much clearer picture of what happened the moments before and after the plane went off the runway. Joy's here now with first-hand accounts from passengers, first responders, and investigators. Joy.
Mary, Kent, today we learned from firefighters that they spent more than an hour trying to reach those 3 pets in the cargo hold of the plane. But the dog and 2 cats belonging to a military family, they were underwater. They did not survive the flight. The cockpit voice recorder also had to be retrieved as investigators work to find answers. New video from aboard the Boeing 737 shows NTSB investigators combing every inch of the Miami Air International plane. It may take up to a year and a half for them to determine why the charter airline bounced off a runway at NAS JAX and wound up in the St. Johns River. Telling is the pilot's communication with the tower moments before the plane skidded into the water. The pilot sounds calm as they decide to change runways at the last minute after discussing the bad weather.
Number 293 as you head northbound, you said instead of eastbound, do you want to try on 10? That might be better.
I'm sorry, which one? 10?
On that 10.
Yeah, go ahead, let's do it.
Watch out! Watch out!
Once on the water, cell phone video shows passengers hurrying off the 737 onto its wing. Rescuing those passengers first looked to be an overwhelming task for first responders arriving on scene.
I had to brace myself to not be pulled in the water. They were grabbing a hold of me, wanting off of that raft. I don't know if in their minds you could smell the jet fuel, and maybe they were thinking like this thing's going to blow up. I mean, there was definitely a little bit of panic in the air.
Some people aboard suffered minor injuries, but all 136 passengers and 7 crew members were accounted for, including a 3-month-old baby. To the passengers, this letter of apology from the airline, Miami Air pledging $2,500 to each for the inconvenience. Bob Gibson from Virginia Beach was on that flight and had to push his pre-scheduled knee surgery back because of the incident. He told our investigative reporter Lauren Verno there was a vital lesson learned during the flight's final moments.
People weren't wearing seatbelts. People didn't know how to put their vest on. People were inflating their vest in the aircraft, which made it very difficult to get them out through the emergency exits. So I would say, lesson learned, people pay attention to the emergency briefing that you're getting.
NAS JAX also released photos showing Navy contractors working to contain any fuel that might be leaking into the river. The Florida Department of Environmental Protection Agency is urging anyone who sees an oil slick or distressed wildlife there in the area to call the emergency hotline number. You can find that inside this article on news4jax.com.